Hi everyone, good morning. It's Monday, May 4th, 2020. Welcome to another week of online learning. I hope you all had a great weekend. It was such nice weather. Saturday was beautiful. We went for our regular walk and then we did a lot of outdoor yard work really, but it was just really nice to be outside, breathing the fresh air. Yesterday, Caroline and I started painting her room. So we have about half done. So today after school, we'll finish the rest. Wednesday is her birthday. She'll be 18. And, she's very disappointed because she can't have her graduation or prom and all of that. So she really needed a little pick-me-up. So I'm painting and, we'll spruce up her room a little bit. So that was my weekend. I hope you had a great weekend. I had to hunt some of you down last night because when I was preparing, for our week, I went on to iReady and I was like disappointed. A lot of kids hadn't done their iReady assignments from Friday. So listen, I've been bragging all over town that you guys, our class, does all their work every single day. So you can do it. Keep at it. Don't give up. I thought maybe that our Zoom meeting kind of threw everyone off because that's usually the time that everyone is doing their work, and maybe when you got off the meeting, we had heard the news that school wouldn't be opening for the rest of the year. During the meeting, Christian was the breaking news reporter, so maybe everyone just kind of got upset about that. So I don't know, but anyway, that's not typically what we do. So keep at it. Don't give up. It was just that one thing. Everything else was pretty much done. So yesterday was Sunday Fun Day. I hoped more of you. Well, I got a couple of pictures in from Ollie and from Avery, their crayon sun catcher. That was kind of cool, right? I was thinking that maybe not everyone would have wax paper in their house. So if you didn't, next time whoever does the grocery shopping in your home, or if you do it online, just add it. It's like $1 or $2 at the grocery store. And I'm sure all of you have crayons, and I'm sure all of you have little stubs of crayons that you could really use to do something different with. So Avery and Ollie's was great. Avery did a lightning bolt and hung it in his window. And then Ollie did all different hearts. She did a big one, she did all little ones. So I thought that was cool. So well done. So send me all your pictures of Sunday Fun Day activities with all your sun catchers. We have shout outs today. All right, so I already mentioned Ollie and Avery for their Sunday Fun Day activities. And I wanted to tell you that periodically I get an email from IXL saying every Monday I get an email. But then periodically on other days I also get emails saying how many questions you've answered. And I got one on Friday saying that our class has answered. Wait till you hear this. Any guesses? Take a guess. How many questions we have answered this school year? Well, let's see if anyone got it right. So take your guess. And our class has answered 110,000 questions. Holy cow. 110,000 questions. And obviously the majority of those have been answered since we've been on quarantine. I think we're averaging about 5,000 questions a week. That's about generally what we're averaging. So fantastic. So in honor of our 110,000 questions, I thought today, instead of giving the amount of time people working on it, I would give you the number of questions. So if you were hovering around 100, that's who 90 and above, that's who I'm honoring today in our shout outs. So Ariana had 143 questions answered. Alice had 93. Ashley L had 144. Charlie had 127. Lorenzo had 130. Brianna, I think is our overall winner, had 154 questions. This is all from Friday. Luca had 93 questions. Owen had 113 questions, and Yusuf had 103 questions. And I thought that was fantastic. And Amelia was working over the weekend. So well done. I like to see that. So those are all our shout outs for today. And please send me pictures of your sun catchers and anything else special that you're doing. All right, our Zoom schedule. So we did have to do a little bit of tweaking with our schedule because this week you should be hearing from your special area teachers and Miss Melizia or Miss Santa Maria or Mrs. May or Mrs. Hall. If you go to Miss Hall, if you go to any of those teachers, you should hear from them because they'll be setting up Zoom classes. So in order, and like, so the art teacher, Mrs. Wagner, Mrs. Goodman, and phys ed, I'm not sure if it's going to be Mr. Gaddis or Mr. Kearns. So you probably know though, because it's probably on your, when you go on Edmodo on that page where it says classes, you probably have the special area teachers there, and Miss Engel. So I'm not sure which phys ed teacher it is, but all of those teachers will be setting up Zoom classes starting this week, and then next week, like in the next couple of weeks, you'll be hearing from all of them. So that's why we had to tweak our schedule a little bit, because we had to work around all those. So, and I did have to tweak the groups a little bit. So this week starts our new groups and our new times. I didn't really have to change the groups too much, but a little bit. All right, so we're having our Zoom group meetings this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, small group, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Alrighty, so if you are red, the red group, all right, so, and I'll say this again tomorrow, and I'll say it again later before we leave for today. The red group is Alice, Amelia, Christian, Charlie, Ashley P., Avery, Ion, Adriel. So raise your hand if you're a red group. All right, you are going 10:30 at 10:30. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 10:30. And I have the link up. All right, orange group. Ready? Listen up. Orange group. Ala Lee, Owen, Morgan, Lucas Neto, Alex, Ashley L., Megan, and Jonathan. You are the orange group. So raise your hand if I called your name for orange group. All right, you are going to be going at 11:30 on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And last group is the yellow group. The yellow group is Yusef, Maria, Lorenzo, Luca, Chris, Matthew, Brianna, Ariana. You are a yellow group. So raise your hand if you're a yellow group. Okay, so here, let's try again. All right, you ready? Raise your hand if you're red group. And the following people should have their hand up: Alice, Amelia, Christian, Charlie, Ashley P., Avery, Ion, Adriel. Red group, 10:30, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All right, hands down, red group. Orange group, raise your hand. All right, so the following people should have their hand up: Ali, Owen, Morgan, Lucas Neto, Alex, Ashley L., Megan, Jonathan. That's orange group, 11:30. And then we have a yellow group. So raise your hand for your yellow group. All right, so that's Yusef, Maria, Lorenzo, Luca, Chris, Matthew, Brianna, Ariana. Yellow group, 12:30. Now, eventually, you'll probably have a special area class on, those are on the half hours. So like at 11 or 12 or 1, you'll have a special area group. So we'll always finish a couple of minutes before the 30 minutes so that you can get to your next group. So if I know you're having a next group, we'll make sure we finish beforehand. Alrighty, so those are our that's our Zoom schedule for this week. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, small group, and Friday, whole class. I'm gonna make it 10:30. That way we're consistent for the week, because I like a schedule. And during the small group, we are going to have, we're gonna do 2 math groups and 1 ELA group. And the 2 math groups actually will be Tuesday, Wednesday, because we're going to have a math test on Wednesday. So I want to prepare for the math test. Alrighty, so that's our Zoom schedule. I know I've said this a bunch of times, but I want to just say it again. So when we're doing IXL, especially for math, because we're going very slow for math, we're doing a lesson that in 2 days. If we were in school, we'd be doing it in 1 day. But we're doing it in 2 days just because I don't want to rush. And actually, we have extra time because remember all those state tests that we were supposed to take that we'd be reviewing for and taking? Well, we don't have those. So we had all these extra days built into the schedule. So it worked out for us to do 1 lesson in 2 days. So when I teach the lesson and I have you go on IXL, the second day I'm teaching it again usually harder numbers or a little bit more advanced, and then you're going back onto IXL, you most likely are doing the same lesson for 2 days. So some kids feel like, oh, if I assign, like Friday, I assigned Thursday and Friday, I assigned U1, U2, U3, U4 for IXL in math. And I think what happened was when you went on Friday, you're like, oh, I already did these. I don't have to do them. That's not how it works. You have to do it because I get the report if you're doing it day by day. It doesn't matter to me that you did it Thursday. If you don't do it Friday, you didn't do it, as far as like my records show. So I don't want, like, sometimes I think this, I don't know how much confusion there's going on now, but if I give it an assignment, you have to do it, even if you've done it the day before. It's never going to hurt you to get extra practice at it. It's just better because we're not in school and I can't sit with you and I can't like make sure you're doing it right and go over it with you and see that you're okay and answer your questions. I want to go slow. So that means you have to do the lessons twice. All right? So you have to do them the second day. You can't go on, and I know there's like a little, I think there's like a little ribbon or a medal that shows that you've done it, or a star or something. If it's done, that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it again. Okay, I'm just making that clear. Alrighty, and the last thing on my list I said about already on Friday. All right, so 5 things today. So we have the next chapter in rules, next chapter. In ELA, if you're sitting with your mom right now or your grandma, ask them to leave the room for a second, or just hit pause and ask them to leave for 1 minute. Okay, so in ELA, I have 3 different videos for you for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because if we were in school, we'd be making this beautiful scrapbook. And I don't want your moms to miss out on like a great memory because we're not in school. So we are going to be making, or you are going to be making, a scrapbook this week for your mom. And it should be things that you could find around your house that you could use, and we can improvise if you can't. But so that's what we're gonna do: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's our ELA for this week. All right, and then I have a video, like an instructional video on how to make the scrapbook for today, tomorrow, Wednesday. So that's a video you don't want your mom to see, or your grandma. So it's whoever you live with. If you live with your grandma and that's who takes care of you, that's who you'll make it for. If you live with your mom and that's who takes care of you, that's who you'll make it for. And you don't want your mom or your grandma to see that video because you don't want to give it away. And try to keep this work a little like private someplace so they don't see it, so it's a little bit of a surprise. And you will need a little bit of help probably for someone to look at it to make sure you spelled everything correctly, and basically it's spelling. So if you could get somebody else in your house to look at it besides your mom or your grandma, that would be good. Alrighty, so you can tell them to come back in. You can pause this and come back in, and then I'll go on to the next subject. Alrighty, next is math. So something a little bit different in math today too. Like I said, we're going to have a math test on Wednesday. So today and tomorrow, the paper copy of the test that I would normally give you in school, we're going to use as a review. So I attached to today's assignment. So the whole thing is attached. Today you're doing questions 1 to 15, and tomorrow you're going to do 16 to 30. And then the math videos that I made, well, I didn't make them yet, I'm going to make them after this. The math videos that I'm going to make is going to be a review. I'm going to show you how to do every single problem. So typically you watch the video, then you do the work. This time you're going to do the work, and then you're going to watch the video and check your work. So make sure that you'll have to print it out. If you don't have a printer, you can just write on a piece of paper. The thing is, let's try to because you're going to need it for the ELA things too, is if you can get a printer, try to get a printer. If you can't, it's okay. So that's for math. So you're going to do the work, then you're going to watch the video. And it does say that in the directions on Edmodo. Social Studies, new chapter 14 in the New York State Storybook. And it's still on immigration in New York City. And today is introducing the vocabulary, the first page of the chapter. You're going to read that, watch a video, and then take a little vocabulary quiz. I think there's only 5 words. And in science, we're going to start rocks and minerals, and you're going to watch a video, and then there is a rocks, it's called Identify Minerals Using Properties on IXL that you're going to do. Now, this is a brand new topic, so some of the questions on IXL are a little challenging, but they always give you an answer, and they give you the correct answer if you get it wrong, and then they give you like a little explanation. So really take your time on that and do it a few times until you get them correct. So there might only be 10 questions, but don't, because sometimes I see it's like 2 minutes, they've done 10 questions and you get a 60. Go back and do it until you get them all right. They're the same questions. So, all right, so I'm going to go over the Zoom schedule again. You ready? So let's see if you are in the red group. Raise your hand. All right, red group people. Alice, Amelia, Christian, Charlie, Ashley P, Avery, Ion, Adriel. You are meeting Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 10:30. The link is on the grade 4 page, and I'm going to pin it to the top of the page. I'll do that after I put the video up. All right, orange group. Red group, you can put your hand out. Orange group, if you're in the orange group, raise your hand. All right, orange group. Ollie, Owen, Morgan, Lucas Neto, Alex, Ashley L, Megan, Jonathan. You're meeting at 11:30 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And the yellow group. Yusef, Maria, Lorenzo, Luca, Chris, Matt, Matthew, Brianna, Ariana. You are meeting at 12:30 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll meet as a whole group on Friday. And on Friday, I'm not going to say in case your moms and grandmas joined us back in, but on Friday in our whole group Zoom meeting, we're going to share what we're doing in ELA this week. So you're all going to get to read what you wrote this week in your ELA project. Alrighty? I'm not good at winking. Alrighty, so I think that's it. So you'll see me a few more times today because I have this video. Then you're going to watch a video for ELA, and you're going to watch a video for math. And both of the math one's going to be probably pretty long because it's 15 questions. Alrighty, so make sure you do the math before you watch the video. The video is going to be explaining how to do every question. So if you do the math and you're getting stuck on something, don't cry, don't get frustrated, because you know in the video I'm going to explain it. I thought that would be the best thing. And then honestly, in our small group tomorrow and Wednesday, we're going to go over those questions again. So that's what you need to bring to the small group on Tuesday, Wednesday, is that math that we're doing. And then I'm going to go over the questions again, the ones that gave people trouble. I wrote on the math assignment that if you're stuck on a question, just put like a star or put a little note next to it saying, ask Mrs. Schneider about this. And during our small group Zoom meetings, I'm going to go over any questions people have trouble with. So really, you'll do it, then you'll watch the video, and you're going to correct all of your things. And you can, go slow, you can pause me, you can go back, you can rewatch it. So really, you should have a pretty good gist of what you're doing by the time you're finished watching the video, because you can go back and watch it a couple of times. And then when we meet in the small group, you can ask me all the questions. I'll go over the questions that I think are probably the more challenging questions again. And we'll do that Tuesday, and we'll do it Wednesday. And then after we have our Zoom meeting on Wednesday is when you're going to take the math test. So I think everyone's going to do pretty well since we have a lot of review. But remember, it's not like in school. I can't see if you're having trouble. Like in school, I can see the look on your face, or I can look at your page and I can see. We're not in school. So you have to know if you're having trouble, and then you have to ask. In that small Zoom meeting, that's when you're going to ask. Alrighty? I think this is a long video today. It looks like it's 19 minutes. Ooh, sorry. One more thing. I got the nicest email from Owen's mom on Friday. It really made my day. And she said that it was like the video, like she specifically mentioned the morning message video. So I'm glad that everyone likes it. Well, she liked it anyway. And a big shout out to Owen's sister, because she watches it too. So if you have a little brother or sister who watch my video, put them in the comments below this video, not on YouTube, on Edmodo, and I'll give a shout out to them. Alrighty. Alrighty, everyone, have a great day. I'll see you again in ELA, and I'll see you again for math. Alrighty, take care. Bye. Miss you.